The wait is finally over. The biggest movie pretty much of all time is finally here. Avengers Infinity War. Seeing as I'm a very huge fan of the MCU, as you can tell by my More Than a Fan Marvel Studios 10 years shirt, I was really excited for this film. It was probably easily my #1 film most anticipated of the year. I mean, let's be real here. I mean, it's gonna be amazing no matter what, right? So let's just dive into my thoughts about the film. I'm obviously going to leave out all spoilers. This is a very spoiler-free review. I'm going to do as best as I can. I really don't know where to start with this film just because there's so many things I can't talk about because there's spoilers. But I will say, shockingly, this actually exceeded my really high expectations I had going in. I really think this is a cinematic experience I don't think I'll ever experience again because this is just a comic book nerd's dreams. I mean, it just was great on every level. Thanos did not disappoint at all. Josh Brolin was amazing in the role. He just brings so much to the character, and he's given a lot of development in this. I mean, it really kind of is his film in a lot of ways because he's on screen so much. He's actually probably the best MCU villain to date. I mean, the wait was worth it. I mean, the 6 years since he appeared in the Avengers, I mean, it was amazing. Thanos is actually very intimidating in this film. He doesn't crack jokes. I mean, he just demolishes everything in his path, and you actually kind of feel for him in a lot of ways. I mean, I don't feel bad for him, but he just freaking demolishes everything in his path, and he has one goal, and he's going to do whatever he can to get to it. I really liked how the film was paced because there's really no dull moments in it at all, which is pretty rare in a film that's over 2.5 hours long, and each character gets their own different storyline. I mean, because Thor's with a couple of the Guardians, and Iron Man's with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, a couple of Guardians, and Black Widow and Captain America and Black Panther are doing their own thing. But all the storylines are very engaging and very interesting, and there really is no dull moments. Like, they're all very interesting, and the stakes are high because Thanos is coming. So, like, they're all obviously scrambling to deal with that in their own ways. Of course, with a film like this, not every character gets an equal amount of screen time, but for the most part, pretty much everybody you care about gets a really good amount of screen time. Also, there are a lot of surprises in this film that pretty much just made my jaw drop. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I did get a few of my predictions correct. I won't say which ones. But for the most part, they were all pretty crazy, wild stuff I wasn't expecting to happen. Now, I'm not going to go into what they were spoilerized, but I am going to do a spoiler discussion on Zach Pope's channel with a bunch of other YouTubers. So if you want to hear my thoughts and all their thoughts on spoilers, I will be talking about that on Saturday. But yeah, there are just some moments in this where you actually wanted to, like, shed a tear because you're so emotionally invested in all these characters. I mean, that'll happen when you 19 films into a film franchise. But it was just like some of the stuff is just so crazy. Like, I'm not processing it completely yet because the film's still fresh in my mind. Plus, I think the biggest jaw-dropping moment is just the whole way this film ends, to be honest. I mean, it's just so insane, and I have to wait over like a whole year to find out what happens, and I got to deal with other Marvel movies in the MCU before this when I want to know what happens after this film. I mean, that's kind of sucks, but at the same time, I mean, I'm happy that I really want to see more because this film has one of the most crazy endings, I think, of any MCU film. Now, I really feel like there are not very many negatives in this film, but if I really had to say one, I really feel like the Black Order was kind of underwhelming. Don't get me wrong, they're cool, but they're kind of like overhyped in my opinion. I mean, some of them do get some cool moments, but, overall, I'm not going to say which ones, but some of them I felt a little underwhelmed in their screen presence. I really feel like I don't have to recommend you to go see this film. It is just one of those movies that, you're going to see. It's the hugest probably movie in the last decade or so, maybe if not, last 20 years. Especially if, superhero fans, it's the biggest superhero event probably ever, as far as film-wise. I mean, just go see it. It's a lot of fun, a lot of surprises. You're going to shed some tears. You're going to see some really awesome action. All these characters you've built up with, over the last decade, because, it has been 10 years now. But, why not go see it? Go see how awesome Thanos is and how all your characters have to deal with him. But yeah, those are just my quick spoiler-free thoughts. I wish I could go into more, but, I don't want to talk too much spoilers. But if you do want to hear more spoilers, I will be talking about spoilers once again, like I said, on Zach Pope's channel on Saturday. You got me, you got Zach Pope, you got Ryan O'Toole, Tom Fajoli, Cody Curtis, John from The Real Talk. It's going to be a huge, fun event. So feel free to come by. But also, feel free to leave a like, hit the subscribe button while you're here to see more content. And until the next time, I'll see you guys later.